Hi guys. So how to be a professional empath in 2018? What do I mean by that? I'm not going to go into the explanation of what an empath is. There's millions of YouTube videos about all kinds of different aspects of being an empath. We're all empathic, of course, because we're human beings, but it's our job. And so we're much more skilled or predisposed to letting in the energies that surround us and working with them and transmuting them through our emotional processing system. So in this video I want to cover multi-emotionality, our digestive system, and how we use it to actually work through these emotions, and what we can do to choose what project we currently work on so that we do not become dysfunctional or overwhelmed. Okay, so let's begin. What is multi-emotionality? Multi-emotionality. You may have noticed as an empath that many times, especially as the energies are getting stronger and stronger this year, for the last few months, I myself personally, and I've spoken to a lot of other people as well, who are going through the same thing, we are experiencing 5, 10 emotions simultaneously, completely and totally simultaneously, in what feels like a multi-directional, multi-dimensional emotional experience. And while that is genuinely not fun sometimes, it begs the question, what is it? Because certainly I know that I've been an empath my entire life, and I remember feeling these currents of energy and emotions since I was a baby, and yet this is new. So we are graduating collectively to a new level of skill. Ninja empaths, multidimensional empaths. And it took me a few months to recognize that that's a phenomenon that's actually really happening, and that it's a great thing only really hit me the last couple of days, and what to do with it, how to use that skill. So when we have taken on, for example, just the other day, just a tiny little example, right? I'm speaking to a friend, and he mentions at the end of our conversation how disappointed he is in his family not supporting what he does, not fully being behind what he does. And in particular, I could feel, without him speaking the words, which is another skill of the empath, we hear so much more behind a very, very simple statement. We hear the full story of the person's multifaceted emotions. And so he just mentions very plainly, without too much emotion, how his wishes that his father in particular would be proud of him, basically, is what I felt and what I heard. And I didn't even think about it um, all that much, just nodded and moved on. And then immediately began feeling this longing for family, feeling isolated in the world, feeling abandoned almost, feeling unappreciated, and a general very, very traumatic vacuum in my belly, right? So that's how it works. And I knew by then, because I'm skilled now at recognizing when this happens, that my vessel was just imprinted with a very, very raw, deep, and powerful emotion from that other person. It was certainly not fun feeling that way. Feeling that way, I can say, ruined almost half of my day. how does the concept of multi-emotionality come into this? Realize that you are multi-emotional and that you have that capacity. Remember it when you are taking on somebody else's energy. And watch your own ability to feel both grateful, hopeful, excited, vastly sad, desperate, the range, right? All at the same time. And when you have taken an imprint that you, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, that you actually do choose to keep, and you choose to work through it, and you choose to process it, you're making this choice. Also realize that you are not bound and prisoner of this one emotion only for the time being. So let's say you say, I accept this contract, and for the next hour I volunteer, I accept to be the one transmuting this emotion into something healthier and into a higher vibration. I accept this job. However, just because it is a job doesn't mean that I have to sacrifice my entire being to the job. So very much like going to work, very much like working on a mathematical problem or any problem at work, it does not have to take over your being. Because we, as opposed to other people, are capable of holding space and holding that emotion while transmuting it, while infusing it with joy and other emotions. To also be aware that it's a job that we're currently doing. And to move on with our own day and with our own emotions. So that is a way to use that multi-emotional capacity that we have to not drown in every emotion that we accept to work on. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about on how to be a more professional empath in the late summer of 2018 is to understand that we process all of these emotions mostly, or most of us process them directly through our gut, directly through our actual digestive system. And so most empaths that I've spoken to have increased their well-being. And this is another video that I'll make. I'm committed now to making series about how to survive, how to thrive, how to work as an empath, because that's what we came here to do anyway. So instead of being overwhelmed and just crying out for help all the time, we need to all step into the powerful abilities that we have been given and start using them. So I'll talk more about survival techniques and developing our skills in other videos. But right now, the digestive system, it's important to pay attention to that. I myself have committed to fasting in India and non-eating as a lifestyle. And what that does is it allows my system, my digestive system, to have a greater capacity for transmuting emotions and for recognizing when something's coming in from the outside that isn't mine. Because when your system is very clean, and you could do this, of course, gradually, and I can, talk in other videos about this, but you could just do food fasts or just tomatoes, for example, or just Ayurvedic medicine and eating will, if you research that, will help you understand that our system does really, really well with fasting and with simple eating. So removing spices and things like that, and just eating raw, for example. You can do a week of raw veganism or something like that, and you will immediately recognize the benefits of it. It's just inevitable, especially at this stage, to know that your digestive system's rest period allows your empathic abilities and your stability just to be stronger and clearer on what's going through you. And then the last little thing that I wanted to touch on in this video was to understand that you are sovereign. No matter what, in general, you are always sovereign. So you actually get to say no to everything. You even can say, no, I don't want to be an empath altogether. Altogether. I mean, I don't know how easily that contract would get broken, that soul contract, but you can. Ultimately, you can. So in this case, we have a lot of people visiting, I suppose. I'm not sure what's going on. I just want to finish up really quick. You can choose, like I did this morning, because I've been waking up every morning with this extremely, extremely sad energy that honestly, I'm just fed up. I can't really deal with it. I understand that it is not mine and it is not me, and it's a celestial global one, possibly local one from a community, but I'm exhausted by it, especially first thing in the morning. So this morning I did a little meditation in which I saw the current of that energy passing by me, and I had tapped into it. I had accepted a little stream to sort of enter my digestive system. And I gently, with gratitude and love, went and just closed that door. Yeah, you know how this feels. And there's still residues where I literally just did that. There's still residues because it's been coming through me for months. And I'm genuinely done with it. I need to recharge and take care of my system, because I've also put on weight. This is another really interesting thing that goes back to the digestive system, that as you are accepting these energies, they do affect your body very much so, in very real 3D time. So you have to be we don't use that word anymore. It is wise for your professionalism and for your well-being, for us to be able to continue to expand on our skills and to be more and more effective. We need to take care of our body, just like a yoga professor needs to take care of their body in order to be able to teach better and to continue to doing it. So we need to do the maintenance, and we need to understand, just like a job, how much stress we are willing and able to take on, and how much work we're willing and able to take on a given day, week, or month. So this morning I withdrew my contract with this energy that I was working on with many other empaths. It's always teamwork. You're never alone, especially when we're talking about global or celestial energies. And a lot are passing through here now. We all know that. So we get to choose the degree to which we're involved in each project for sustainability, for our own well-being. So use your multi-emotionality to departmentalize your day and your work, to understand that you're sovereign and that you can step away from any job that you have accepted and that you have joined, any project, and watch and observe, and if you haven't already, work with your digestive system, because that is where most of your emotions are being processed through, and it is wise and beneficial for us to be, us, for everybody of course, but to us empaths, professional empaths, um, to be in nature, to be sun gazing, to be eating very light raw diets, to be fasting all the time, lots of water to transmute these energies, because water of course carries. And there's a lot of other tips and tricks that I will put in other videos that I have tested on myself and that I have seen others work with successfully. So brave and yeah, bravery and strength. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. It's just brave. Just jumped out. Namaste.